Hello, it is March, which means it's time for another art video. Now, I've been playing Pokemon Pocket a bit. I have not gotten Algoporn SIO, whichever one it's called. I hate that I don't have it yet. But the Pokemon art has kind of re-inspired some passion in me. Looking at all the beautiful artworks, actually, I want to be able to make stuff like that. So, I got a bit of an idea. See, there's a lot of cool art for it. I'm not specifically talking about the full art. So I got the idea of taking stuff my friends, taking their Pokemon sonas, and making cards based off them. Really aiming for full arts, like I said. Like maybe I could do regular boxes in future videos, but yeah, full arts this time. And I really like the most of them came out. So, starting off, we have Fizzy. Fizzy's Sona is a Pikachu, the surfer guy, which gave me a really good idea actually. So I was already thinking maybe drawing it in ways that I think I got a completely different idea by the end. So basically my idea was to have the Pikachu like relaxing on a surfboard, relaxing on the waves. Now actually drawing water was really fun in this. Learning like the little white things, whatever you call them, that, and learn how to properly make them look good. You can see the difference, and a big difference actually, between when I start and when I end. But then we get to Pikachu, and I really like the lighting too I did with this. Also decided to add a little tree shadows to make it a bit more human. Instead of just being Pikachu on the water, tree gets a kind of sense, you know what I mean? Yeah. Really like it came out. Now when I came to like actually doing the cards typing and stuff, I wanted to include water because surfing Pikachu obviously, but just went here and just because. But I really like this one. It really looks wallpaper worthy. I really like it. I can't stress that enough. Probably one of my favorites, but yeah. Okay, moving on. And what a perfect way to move from Fizzy to Shivers. So Shivers is a gamer. I wanted to put some references to that in the art. Now the art specifically, unlike Fizzy's, which was basically looking like a bit of a relaxation picture in a certain place, for Shivers I wanted to do a bit different. See, some cards in TCG Pocket aren't necessarily obscene in their full art, like some are just patterns and stuff. I wanted to kinda do that here. Now the original they also have a lot more gaming references and stuff in the background, but I couldn't really think of much. I'm not going to draw a sole bad guy for her. But I did put some stuff like art. Yeah. I did like how this came out, not as much as Fizzy, but I really liked how it looked. I didn't really want to open something else through pixelize, so I basically just used Chris pixelize function. Works pretty well. Also, yeah, that is the game controller Shivers is holding, if you couldn't tell. I was lazy. But yeah, this one I like too. Probably putting this, funny enough, second maybe. Wait, no, this one I like more. Ooh, I'll get to that one later. But yeah, I like this one too, and how different it is compared to the others. Instead of being a picture of a scene, it's more of like... This one is a bit different. You see, this wasn't based on TCG. Well, not Pocket at least. You see, in the new release set, there's a new type of card illustration, Mega Attack, where I actually got the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection for, what was it, Obsidian Flames? Whichever one was different. And yeah, that was the English version of a card that would have come out in the following set with the Mega Attacker, released in English as a promo. And if you've seen that card, you've seen what it's like. So for this one, I really want to replicate that. Like here, Nox's Lycanroc isn't a Mega, but it's more a fusion of Lycanroc and Zeraora. So it technically doesn't deserve Mega Attacker, but I don't care, I'm doing what I want. I really like how I kind of got the Blitzbird Cortex to actually mimic how the Mega Attack text looks. In terms of abilities, well, I made a basic even though like does evolve, but again, I don't care. In terms of abilities, it is Greninja, but costs an energy, so slightly better. But I also put Blitzcrank Paw, and the kind of do the both electric and fighting does also count electric damage. Yeah, I really like the colors and how this one came out. This one's kind of interesting and maybe a bit topical, I guess you can say. So my friend Ruby has been getting into Pokemon Mystery Dungeon recently, specifically an art version of it. And even more, there was actually a Mystery Dungeon Cobblemon server that opened recently. It crashed based on how many people swarmed, but it's actually up now and running, so we have been playing it. And Ruby does have a Pokemon version of their main persona, a red guy. And I decided to draw that version here. So it's not immediately obvious. I once kind of looked like it's looking out over a cliff, maybe. There was some area from a Pokemon game, I can't remember which one. It was like looking out over a cliff. I want to try and replicate that. I did like how the lighting looked at first. Looking at it now, maybe the orange is a bit too harsh. I do like the background though. Starry sky and stuff. I like it a lot, and how like simplistic the modern looks. It looks pretty great to me. Oh no, I do like this one. But it might maybe be on the bottom. I think I really should have probably cooked a bit more. So I don't know why the Zorua looks force-like. Yeah, looks force-like. But yeah, ignoring that pony, let's move on to the last one. This one is Muse. I like this one because this one is a bit special. You see, I've been trying to work on a secondary style, and this style is meant to emphasize fluffy. So I had to put in a bit of effort here, more than the usual one. You'll see eventually I do add like a lot of fluff around the edges, like on the inside. But one thing I like though is the coloring on this face. We're not really coloring, also colors. Yeah. I like how I managed to get the bushes to look like perfect. There was a short YouTube I saw that helped me do this. I really liked it a lot, and it actually looks really good here with the brush I used. I also like how the bushes in front also look more realistic instead of like trying and faking. Using the tip made it look really good. The little like spine hanging on top could have been done better. I could have done better with that, but yeah. Back to the Zoroark. She does have a plushie there. Her Esso, her boyfriend, you know, yeah, that's the name. I did ask them if they had a Pokemon so I was already thinking of drawing them. Turns out they didn't, but they do like Ponyard a lot, so I basically made a Ponyard plush with their Sona's ears and gave it to her. As you can see, she's currently sleeping, dreaming about Oranberry Pie. I would like a slice of that too, honestly. But yeah, I like how this came out with experiment for my new style. I really like it. Probably maybe my second here, tied with Noctos. And that's it, video's done. Thank you for watching. I might actually come back and do this again. Because if you haven't noticed, some of my Sonas, I'm actually working on some now too, do have a Pokemon version of them, so I might come back later in the year and do this as another monthly challenge. But I hope you enjoyed. You can find all the art either on my YouTube post or maybe on my Blue Sky. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you later.